Very good afternoon to one and all. I welcome you all for the next lecture of heat transfer. Please let me know whether my voice is audible and can you see my presentation? Great. Okay. So in the previous lectures we have discussed about the boiling. Okay. And in the last lecture also we have discussed important point that is nothing but pool boiling curve. So in that we discussed the nucleate boiling, first of all natural boiling, then nucleate boiling, and the last one is the film boiling. Okay. So the in boiling we have discussed that the liquid phase is converted into a vapor phase, and this will happen at a saturation temperature and addition of a latent heat. Okay. So today we are going to discuss about the condensation. Okay. So this is the reverse of a boiling. One can say that the reverse of a boiling is nothing but a condensation. So what will happen in a condensation? In condensation, vapor is condensed into the liquid state. Okay, vapor is condensed into a liquid state. Now this condensation will happen at a saturation temperature only. Okay, so if you say that for the particular pressure, uh, the saturation temperature for water is 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, and we will find the water at a liquid state also at 100 degrees Celsius, and we'll find the water in a vapor state also at 100 degrees Celsius. So difference is about the latent heat. If you remove the latent heat from the vapor, it will condense into a liquid, and if you add up the latent heat into the liquid, then it will convert from the liquid state to uh, vapor state. Okay. So reverse of a boiling process is nothing but a condensation. Now this condensation will happen at a saturation temperature. Okay. So one can say that whenever the vapor comes in the contact with the surface having temperature less than the saturation temperature. Okay. Whenever the vapor comes in contact with the surface whose temperature is lower than the saturation temperature corresponding to vapor pressure. Okay, then the vapor will get condensed into a liquid. Okay, then the vapor will get condensed into a liquid. Now this condensation having two types. Okay, so one is nothing but a film wise condensation, and another one is a drop wise condensation. There are two types of a condensation. First one is a film wise condensation, and second one is a drop wise condensation. Okay, so let us see what will happen in a film wise condensation. The first type is film wise condensation. So you can see that this is, you can consider this plane. Okay, this is the plane. So this plane you can consider as a flat surface. Okay, this plane is considered to be a flat surface, and this surface is maintained the temperature lesser than the saturation temperature of a vapor. Okay, the surface is maintained below the saturation temperature of a vapor. Okay, and consider that surrounding to this particular plane there is a vapor. Okay, there is a vapor. Now when this vapor will get contact with the surface. Okay, when this vapor will get contact in the surface. Okay, so the temperature of surface is already lesser than the saturation temperature of a vapor. So what will happen? The vapor will transfer the latent heat to the surface. Okay, vapor will transfer the latent heat to the surface, and it will get condensed. Okay, and it will get condensed. Now after condensation what will happen? So after condensation, one film will form over the surface. Okay, one film will form over the surface. Okay, so heat will be transferred from the vapor to the uh, uh, to the surface, which is maintained at or which is maintained lesser temperature than the saturation temperature. So heat will transferred and the vapor will get condensed. And after condensation, one film will form over the cooled surface or that particular surface. Okay, the film will form. Now you can see that this film thickness goes on increasing from the top side to the bottom side. The film thickness is goes on increasing from top side to the bottom side. Okay, so why it will happen? Because of a gravitational force. Okay, so liquid get pulled in a downward direction because of a gravitational force, and because of that you will get the zero thickness at the zero film thickness at the top of that particular surface. And as we move in a downward direction, the thickness of that particular film. Okay, so this thickness you can see that. So this is the plane we can consider as a surface. Okay, and this curvature line, you can see this curvature line throughout over the surface is nothing but the condensate. Okay, after condensation, whatever the liquid formed on the cooled surface, so that will form this particular curvature over the surface. Okay, so why it will happen? Because of a gravitational pull force or gravitational force on the liquid. Because of a gravitational force, the liquid will move from top side to the bottom side. Okay, the liquid will move from the top side to the bottom side. And as we move in the towards the bottom side, the thickness, film thickness or the thickness of a condensate will goes on increasing. Now as the time passes, more and more fluid will get condensed, and because of that this thickness goes on increasing. Okay, as the time passes, more and more fluid or more vapor will get condensed on the surface, and the thickness or this particular film thickness will goes on increasing. Okay, and what will happen? Initially what is happening? Vapor is in contact, directly contact with the surface. But now to transfer and whenever the vapor will get contact with the surface, the vapor will transfer the heat to the cooled surface, and because of that the vapor will get condensed. Okay, now this will be considered as a pure convection. Okay, the vapor is directly contact with the surface, and the heat will be transferred from the surface to the from vapor to the surface, and that heat transfer will be considered as a pure convection. But as the time passes, the thickness of film over the entire surface goes on increasing. So this thickness of a film provide the resistance to transfer the heat from the vapor to the surface. Now there is one thickness in between, or there is liquid in between vapor and the cooled surface. Okay, and the cooled surface. So the heat must be transferred from the vapor to this particular uh, 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 through this particular film, and then it will reach to the surface. Okay, then it will reach to the surface. So as the thickness goes on increasing, the resistance for the heat transfer from the film from the vapor to the surface goes on increasing because of resistance offered by the film, because of the resistance offered by the film. So now as the thickness if you can say that there is a formation of film, then the vapor should transfer the heat first of all to that particular film. Okay, condensate film, and the condensate film will transfer the heat to the cooled surface. Okay, condensate film will transfer the heat to the cooled surface. So one extra resistance will be introduced in this particular phenomena. Okay, so that is nothing but film resistance, which is because of a condensate film. Okay, which is because of a condensate film, and this heat transfer within that particular film will be considered as a conduction. Okay, will be considered as a conduction. Initially what is happening? The heat is directly transforming from vapor to the cooled surface, but after the time passes, the film is formed. Okay, and because of that the resistance will goes on increasing for the heat transfer. Okay, and one extra resistance added So that resistance is the conduction resistance. So we can say that the perpendicular transformation of heat is happening through that particular liquid, okay, through that particular liquid to the surface. So this resistance will be introduced in the condensation process, Getting everyone? So this is about the film condensation, where the after condensation the film will form over the cooled surface. Is there any doubt, any question about this particular point, film wise condensation? If no, then you can write. First of all, you can write condensation. What is meant by condensation? Condensation. Condensation. In that you can write, it is the process of converting. It is the process of converting vapor into liquid. It is the process of converting vapor into liquid. It is the process of converting vapor into liquid. Then second point, it is exactly reverse of boiling process. Second point, it is exactly reverse of boiling process. It is exactly reverse of boiling process. Full stop. Whenever a saturation vapor whenever saturation vapor comes in contact with when the saturation vapor comes in contact with the surface whose temperature is whose temperature is whose temperature is lower than saturation temperature lower than saturation temperature lower than the saturation temperature corresponding to vapor lower than the saturation temperature corresponding to vapor pressure corresponding to vapor pressure vapor condensate vapor condensate. Here you can mark a comma. Vapor condensate. Vapor condensate. Okay, full stop. Next point. At the vapor condenses, as the vapor condenses, as the vapor condenses, as the vapor condenses, comma, latent heat is liberated. Latent heat is liberated. Latent heat is liberated. And there is a flow of heat to the surface. And there is flow of heat to the surface. And there is flow of heat to the surface. As the vapor condenses, latent heat is liberated and there is flow of heat to the surface. Next point, there are two types of condensation. There are two types of condensation. First one is film-wise condensation. And second one is drop-wise condensation. Film-wise condensation and second one is dropwise condensation. Okay, so first type we are going to discuss, that is film wise condensation. Okay, we have discussed this type, film wise condensation. So you can draw the diagram and we'll discuss the writer part. Draw the diagram. Over. Okay, we'll see the writer part. Write down, if the condensate tends to wet, if the condensate, if the condensate, if the condensate tends to wet, if the condensate tends to wet, the surface, the surface, if the condensate tends to wet the surface and thereby forms a liquid film, and thereby forms a liquid film, and thereby forms a liquid film, comma, then the condensation process, then the condensation process, then the condensation process is known as film-wise condensation. Then the condensation process is known as film-wise condensation. Okay. The next, here the heat from the vapor, here the heat from the vapor to the cooling medium, here the heat from the vapor to the cooling medium, to the cooling medium is transferred, is transferred is transferred through the film through the film of condensate formed on the surface. Here the heat from the vapor to the cooling medium is transferred from the film of condensate formed on the surface. Full stop. Next point, the liquid formed from the vapor, the liquid formed from the from vapor at at cooling surface, cooling surface flows down, flows down under the action of gravity, under the action of gravity, under the action of gravity. Full stop. Next point, the heat transfer between the heat transfer between vapor and cooling surface, vapor and cooling surface is by convection. The heat transfer between vapor and cooling surface is by convection. Next point, as the heat transfer is taking place, as the heat transfer is taking place gradually, as the heat transfer is taking place gradually, the thickness of film formed, the thickness of film formed, the thickness of film formed goes on increasing, the thickness of film formed goes on increasing, and as a result of this, and as a result of this, instead of having pure convection, instead of having pure convection between cool surface, between cool surface and vapor, cool surface and vapor, the heat transfer takes place, the heat transfer takes place by convection, by convection, the heat transfer takes place by convection followed by conduction. Heat transfer takes place by convection followed by conduction. Full stop. Next point, the thermal resistance for conduction, the thermal resistance for the conduction is given by, the thermal resistance for conduction is given by, is given by RTH is equal to L divided by K multiplied by A. RTH is equal to L divided by K multiplied by A, where L is nothing but thickness of condensate, thickness of thermal conductivity of condensate, K is equal to thermal conductivity of condensate, and A is equal to perpendicular surface area available for heat transfer. Okay. The next point, as a result of increase in thickness of film layer, as a result of increase in thickness of film layer, as a result of increase in thickness of film layer, the resistance for heat transfer goes on increasing. The resistance for heat transfer goes on increasing. The resistance for heat transfer goes on increasing. And the ultimate effect is reduction in heat transfer, and the ultimate effect is reduction in heat transfer by film-wise condensation, by film-wise condensation, and the ultimate effect is reduction in heat transfer by film-wise condensation. Condensation. Okay, over. Now, second type is drop-wise condensation. Okay, second type is drop-wise condensation. So, as the name given to this type of a condensation, drop-wise. Okay, so we can see that uh, you consider this this particular plane is a cooled surface. Oh, okay, whose temperature, surface temperature, is less than the saturated temperature. Okay, and surrounding to that the vapor is present, which is at a saturation temperature only. Okay, which is at a saturation temperature for a given vapor pressure. We can say that for a given vapor pressure, this vapor which is surrounding to this cooled surface is at saturation temperature. Okay, is at saturation temperature. And in dropwise condensation, what is happening? The drops are formed after condensing the vapor. The drops are formed on a cooled surface. Okay, drops are there, you can see that these are the drops formed after condensation on a cooled surface. And these drops are fallen in a downward direction due to the action of gravitational force. These drops are fallen down in a downward direction due to the acceleration of due to the gravitational acceleration. You can see that. And the important point about the dropwise condensation is that the vapor is direct contact with the surface. Okay, vapor is in direct contact with the surface, and because of that, you will get maximum heat transfer rate in case of a dropwise condensation. You will get maximum, as in case of a film-wise condensation, there is a film formed over the surface, and vapor need the heat will be transferred from vapor to the film first, and from the film to the cool surface. Okay, so there is a resistance in between vapor and cooled surface, that is nothing but film thickness. But in case of a dropwise condensation, you will not get such a resistance, okay, for the heat transfer, because vapor is in direct contact with the cooled surface, and heat will be directly transferred to the surface. So in this particular dropwise condensation, we'll get maximum heat transfer rate. We'll get maximum heat transfer rate near about 750 kilowatt per meter square of heat transfer rate can be achieved in case of a dropwise condensation. So what is the requirement? Okay, so if you are thinking that if you compare the film-wise condensation and drop-wise condensation, I'm getting the maximum heat transfer rate in case of a dropwise condensation. So I should go for the dropwise condensation. Okay, but there are some conditions to achieve this dropwise condensation. So this for that purpose, the special surface is required to achieve the dropwise condensation. So these surfaces are very highly polished surfaces, one can say that, on which the dropwise condensation may appear, or the surface which is covered by the fatty acids or organic okay, organic compounds. Such a such a surfaces can provide you dropwise condensation. Such a surfaces can provide you dropwise condensation. Okay, so nearly 5 to 10 times greater heat transfer coefficient you can achieve in dropwise condensation as compared to the film-wise condensation. Okay, but as a one should consider the difficulty in a dropwise condensation, as this is extremely difficult to achieve the dropwise condensation, and it is very much difficult to maintain that condensation, dropwise condensation. Okay, so this is about the dropwise condensation. Getting everyone the difference between the filmwise condensation and dropwise condensation. Okay, so you can write the dropwise condensation you heading as dropwise condensation, and you can draw this diagram. If you have any doubt, any question about the dropwise and filmwise condensation, you can ask. Okay, so you can write in a dropwise condensation. In dropwise condensation, in dropwise condensation, in dropwise condensation, the vapor condenses in dropwise condensation. Vapor condenses into small liquid droplets. Vapor condensate into small liquid droplets of various sizes, of various sizes, of various sizes, which fall down, which fall down the surface, which fall down the surface in random direction, in random direction, in random direction. In random direction under the action of gravitational force, under the action of gravitational force, under the action of gravitational force. Full stop. In this type of condensation process, 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 the area of solid surface, the area of solid surface is directly exposed to the vapor, is directly exposed to the vapor without an insulating film, without an insulating film, of condensing liquid, without an insulating film of condensing liquid. Without an insulating film of condensing liquid. Full stop. Consequently, at higher heat transfer rate are achieved. Consequently, higher heat transfer rate. Consequently, higher heat transfer rate are achieved. Are achieved. Next point: the dropwise condensation occur. The dropwise condensation occurs on highly polished surface. The dropwise condensation occurs on highly polished surface, on highly polished surface, comma, on surfaces contaminated with impurities like fatty acid and compounds and organic compounds. Dropwise condensation occurs on highly polished surface, comma, on surfaces contaminated with impurities like fatty acid and organic compounds. Full stop. The heat transfer coefficient, the heat transfer coefficient, the heat transfer coefficient in case of a dropwise condensation, the heat transfer coefficient in case of dropwise condensation, dropwise condensation is generally 5 to 10 times, is generally 5 to 10 times higher than, is generally 5 to 10 times higher than that of film wise condensation, that of film wise condensation, film wise condensation. As a result of this, as a result of this, as a result of this, one should go for dropwise condensation only. As a result of this, one should go for dropwise condensation only. But but it is extremely difficult to achieve and maintain. But it is extremely difficult to achieve and maintain. It is extremely difficult to achieve and maintain. Full stop. So this is about the types of condensation. Next point we are going to discuss, that is laminar film condensation on a vertical plate. Okay, laminar film condensation on a vertical plate, and you have to refer this particular diagram for this point, that is laminar film condensation on a vertical plate. Okay, so please concentrate here now. Actually, does not need to do the analysis, or you does not require any derivation to derive what will be the temperature profile, what will be the velocity profile. Here only we are going to discuss the about the theoretical part. Okay, so there are multiple experiments and theoretical investigations are happening about the condensation of a film over the flat plate, and about this particular condensation of a liquid or vapor on a vertical plate or the surface. uh, the, the most important aspect about this is first given by Nuzult in 1966. Okay, in 1966, Nuzult has given some lights over this particular aspect. Okay, and he has provided some assumption to carry out the analysis of condensation, film condensation over the vertical plate. Okay, so we try to understand the assumptions and what the basis for the analysis of condensation uh, over the vertical plate. Okay, so what will be the basis for the analysis? So that we are going to understand through this particular point. Okay, so first of all, we have to consider one plate. Okay, this is the plate. So this line, you can say that this represent the plate. Okay, now the plate is maintained lesser temperature than the saturation temperature. Oh, okay, so lesser temperature, cooled surface at TS temperature. So that is nothing but surface temperature is less than the saturation temperature of a vapor. Okay, so that is our initial condition, and the length of that particular plate is L meter. Okay, length of the plate is L meter. Now we will start measurement from the top side. Okay, top side. Okay, so the topmost point we will give it. We will consider the topmost point as a origin. Okay, or origin for the measurement, and the downward x direction will be the positive x direction. Okay, downward x direction will be the positive x direction. Okay, and this y direction is the positive y direction. We have to consider that. Okay, and we have to start measurement from the origin only. Okay, we have to start origin from measurement from the origin only. Now here we can see that as this vapor get condensed over the liquid, vapor get condensed into the liquid over this particular plate. Okay, so the film will form over the plate. Okay, will form over the plate, and this film thickness goes on increasing from the top side towards the bottom side. Okay, from the top side towards the bottom side. So you can consider at the origin the film thickness is 0, and as we move in positive x direction, the film thickness will goes on increasing. Okay, so here delta will represent, delta is the thickness of film at a particular distance from the origin. Okay, at a particular x distance from the origin. So we can say that at a distance of x, film thickness is a delta. Okay, at a distance of x, film thickness is a delta. Okay, and this delta is a function of length. Okay, you can see that function of length means what? As as the length of this particular plate goes on changing, means what? At x, at this particular distance we will get delta thickness. Okay, at distance somewhat away from this particular point we will get somewhat different thickness of a film. Okay, so that is nothing but what? This delta is a function of length, or it is a function of x. As the x coordinate will goes on changing, this delta value also goes on changing. Okay, so delta is a function of uh, x. Okay, now the thickness of a film goes on increasing. We can see that as this thickness goes on increasing, the resistance for the heat transfer from the vapor to the cooled surface also goes on increasing. The resistance for heat transfer from the vapor uh, to the cooled surface is also goes on increasing. And if you want to draw the temperature profile at any instant inside uh, this particular film, then you will get the linear temperature profile. Linear profile means what? You can get this particular line. Okay, so here you can see that, and also if you draw the velocity profile. Okay, this is the temperature profile, sorry, and this is the velocity profile. So if you draw the velocity profile, that also will get a linear velocity profile. So at the boundary, at the surface, you will get the 0 velocity, and as you move away from this particular surface towards the boundary of that particular film, the velocity of fluid goes on increasing. Why it is happening? Because we are getting the velocity boundary layer over this particular surface. Velocity boundary layer over this particular surface. Velocity boundary layer means what? Because of a viscous forces. Okay, the viscous forces are very much dominating at the surface. Okay, and due to that viscous forces, we know that the first layer which is in contact with the surface will get adhered to the surface, and its velocity is equal to 0. Okay, and the this particular first layer will provide the shear force, or it will apply the shear force to the next adjacent layer, and because of that the retarding force will be applied on the adjacent layer. Same, this second layer will apply the retarding force to the third layer, but this viscous force or the retarding force will goes on decreasing as we move away from the surface, as we move away from the surface. Okay, and at one point or at the boundary of that particular film will get the maximum velocity, will get the maximum velocity. So this velocity is also function of a delta. Okay, velocity is the also function of a delta, or we can say that it is also function of a y. Okay, y direction is also function of a y direction. So as we move away from the in y direction, this velocity goes on changing. Okay, and at the boundary we will get the maximum velocity. In a similar fashion for the temperature profile, as we know that the first layer which is in contact with the surface, it is adhere with the surface. So that particular layer will attain the equilibrium with the surface. Okay, it will attain the equilibrium with the surface. So temperature of that layer will be equal to the surface temperature, will be equal to the surface temperature. And in a such a fashion, the coolness, now here the surface is cooled and the liquid is hot, so the cooling effect will be transferred from the adjacent layer to the from bottom layer, or the layer which is attained the equilibrium from that layer to the adjacent layers. Okay, that cooling effect will be transferred, so that the temperature will goes on changing as we move away from the surface, or as we move from boundary towards the surface. So at the bottom or at the surface we will get the minimum temperature, and at the boundary we will get the maximum temperature, because the surface is maintained at a lesser temperature than the saturation temperature of a vapor. So at the bottom we will get the minimum temperature, and at the boundary we will get the maximum temperature, because this is the interference or interface in between liquid and vapor. So this boundary will divide the vapor. So on this side you will get the vapor, saturated vapor, and on this side you will get the saturated liquid. So at the boundary you will get the maximum temperature. Boundary of a liquid will get the maximum temperature. Getting everyone? And if you want to carry out the analysis in this particular film wise condensation, so to carry out this analysis you have to consider one of the element having thickness dy and height dx, and on this particular element we have to consider the gravitational force effect, then viscous force effect, then the pressure effect. Okay, so all effects we have to consider and we can carry out the analysis. So to carry out the analysis we require some assumptions. Okay, and these assumptions are provided by the Nuzult. Okay, these assumptions are provided by the Nuzult. So let us see which are the assumptions we need to consider to carry out the analysis. Okay, so assumption required to carry out the analysis. So these are the assumptions provided by the Nuzult. Okay, provided by Nuzult to carry out the analysis of condensation over the vertical plane. So first assumption is the vapor is pure and dry and saturated. Okay, vapor is pure one, no external foreign particles are present. This is dry vapor and saturated vapor. Okay, then second assumption is condensate film flow under the action of a gravity and is laminar. Okay, so the film is flowing from top side to the towards the bottom side under the gravitational force, and the layers of that particular films are parallel to each other. So the flow we need to consider as a laminar, that is systematic flow. Okay, systematic flow. Then liquid film is in a good thermal contact with the cooling effect. The liquid film is in a good thermal contact with the cooling surface. Then viscous and gravitational forces are assumed to act on the liquid along with the pressure force. So all these forces we have to consider while doing the analysis of condensation, film wise condensation. Which one? Viscous force, gravitational force, then pressure force. These forces we need to consider. Then the shear stress at a liquid vapor interface is negligible. The shear stress, which is we have discussed that shear stress is nothing but ratio of velocity, change in velocity to the change in distance. So at the vapor liquid interface, okay, at the boundary, this particular shear stress we have to consider as a negligible, or we should not consider the shear stress at the boundary. Okay, then heat transfer across the condensate layer is pure conduction, and temperature distribution is linear. So in that particular film, whatever the film is formed, the heat transfer in that film we have to consider as pure conduction, and temperature distribution is linear temperature distribution. Then condensing vapor is entirely clean and free from gases, air, non-condensing impurities. So whatever the vapor which is surrounding to that particular uh, uh, plate or the surface, cooled surface is there. So it is pure one, and it should be free from gases, or we have to assume that it is free from gases, air, non-condensing impurities. Okay, and we should not consider the radiation heat transfer in this particular film wise condensation. And whatever the fluid properties we are going to consider, that fluid properties we have to consider as a constant over the entire surface. And the heat transfer is a steady state heat transfer. So steady state, once again, steady state heat transfer is nothing but the temperature will not change with respect to time. The temperature will not change with respect to time. And the last one, the plate is maintained at a uniform temperature which is less than the saturation temperature of the vapor. So that is the most important condition to condensate the vapor in the form of a liquid. So the plate temperature or the surface temperature should be less than the saturation temperature. So these assumptions we need to consider for the laminar film condensation, to carry out the analysis of a laminar film condensation over the vertical plate, Okay, getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt about this particular uh, laminar film condensation on a vertical plate? If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask, or else you can draw this particular diagram, give the heading laminar film condensation on vertical plate. Laminar film condensation on vertical plate. Draw the diagram, everyone. Show all the nomenclature and the symbols. Okay, have you drawn the diagram? So let us start the write up part. Consider, write down, consider the process of film condensation. Consider the process of film condensation. Consider the process of film condensation occurring occurring on the surface of flat vertical plate. Consider the process of film condensation occurring on the surface of a flat vertical plate, flat vertical plate. Full stop. Next line. The coordinate system also given on the figure. The coordinate system also given on the figure. The coordinate system also given on the figure. The origin O, the origin O is at the upper end of the plate, is at the upper end of the plate. The x-axis, the x-axis lies along the vertical surface. The x-axis lies along the vertical surface with the positive direction to it. With the positive direction to it. The vertical plate is the vertical plate height is L. The vertical plate height is L. Width is B. Width is B, and Del denotes the thickness of the film. Del denotes the thickness of the film at a distance x, at a distance x from the origin, at a distance x from the origin, at a distance x from the origin. The liquid film thickness, the liquid film thickness, the liquid film thickness which is zero, which is zero at the upper end of plate, at the upper end of the plate, at the upper end of the plate, gradually increasing, gradually increasing as further condensation occurs, gradually increasing as further condensation occurs at the liquid vapor interface, gradually increasing as further condensation occurs at liquid vapor interface and attain its maximum value, and attain its maximum value at the lower end of the plate, at the lower end of the plate, maximum value at the lower end of the plate. Full stop. The next point, write down Nuzert theory of condensation. Nuzert theory of condensation. Nuzert theory of condensation. First point, numerous experimental and theoretical investigations. Numerous experimental and theoretical investigations. Numerous experimental and theoretical investigations has been conducted, has been conducted, has been conducted to determine, to determine, to determine the heat transfer in film condensation, to determine the heat transfer in film condensation, in film condensation on surfaces, on surfaces. Full stop. The first fundamental analysis, the first fundamental analysis the first fundamental analysis in this aspect, in this aspect, the first fundamental analysis in this aspect is given by, is given by Nuzelt, is given by Nuzelt, is given by Nuzelt in 1966, in 1966. Then Nuzelt theory assumptions, assumptions, assumptions. First one assumption is the vapor is pure, dry and saturated. Assumptions in that first one, the vapor is pure, dry and saturated. The vapor is pure, dry and saturated. The vapor is pure, dry and saturated. Second one is the condensate film flow, the condensate film flow, the condensate film flow under the action of gravity, under the action of gravity and is laminar. Okay, flow is laminar. Okay, and is laminar. and is laminar. Okay, so this is the second assumption. Third one, the liquid film is in good thermal contact. The liquid film is in good thermal contact. The liquid film is in good thermal contact with the cooling surface. The liquid film is in good thermal contact with the cooling surface. Next one, viscous and gravitational forces. Viscous and gravitational forces. Viscous and gravitational forces gravitational forces are assumed to are assumed to are assumed to act on the liquid act on the liquid act on the liquid act on the liquid along with pressure forces along with pressure forces act on the liquid along with pressure forces. Along with pressure forces. Next one is the shear stress. The shear stress at liquid vapor interface. The shear stress at liquid vapor interface is negligible. The shear stress at liquid vapor interface is negligible. Is negligible. The next one is the heat transfer across the heat transfer across the condensate layer. The heat transfer across the condensate layer is pure conduction is pure conduction is pure conduction and temperature distribution is linear and temperature distribution is linear. Seventh one is the condensing vapor the condensing vapor the condensing vapor is entirely clean is entirely clean is entirely clean and free from gases and free from gases comma air comma non-condensing impurities. The condensing vapor is entirely clean and free from gases comma air comma non-condensing impurities. Full stop. Eighth one is radiation heat transfer is negligible. Eighth one is radiation heat transfer is negligible. Radiation heat transfer is negligible. Radiation heat transfer is negligible. Then ninth one, fluid properties are constant. Fluid properties are constant. fluid properties are constant. The 10th one is heat transfer at steady state. Heat transfer at steady state. Heat transfer at steady state. And the last one is the plate is maintained at a uniform temperature. The plate is maintained at uniform temperature. The plate is maintained at uniform temperature, which is less than saturation temperature of vapor, which is less than saturation temperature of vapor. The plate is maintained at a uniform temperature, which is less than saturation temperature of vapor. Okay, so we have completed this particular chapter successfully. Okay, so in the next lecture we will start the new chapter, that is heat exchanger. Important chapter, as we are going to discuss the application of heat transfer. One of the application of heat transfer, that is nothing but heat exchanger. Okay, so sixth chapter will start in the next lecture. If you have any doubt, any question about this chapter number 5, that is boiling and condensation, then please you can ask now only. Okay, I will share all the study material in a study material link. Okay, please go and visit. Also write the assignment. I have shared, I think, first assignment only. Second, third, and fourth assignment I will share within few days, or today or tomorrow only. And I think the chapter test. So third chapter test and fourth chapter test, or combine one. Third and fourth, I will take as a third chapter test only. Combined chapter test I will share tomorrow. Okay. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask. Okay. If you don't have any doubt, any question, you can put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave. Remaining student, please put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave this meeting.